This episode is rated TVMA because there will be some words used that people may not like and YouTube may cancel, such as the Gradey Dick. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, whatever time it is for you right now. Just know that you are here for something monumental. You are locked in on To The Point, and you are on the Waraich Report. Okay? Just know that that's where you guys are. You guys find us on all social media platforms. And you got the preliminary, my man, Prab Waraich. How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. How are you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, no, I'm on your show. Wait, you're on my show? I'm on your show?
No, it's the other way. I think I'm on your show, so
Okay.
it's late night, so
Yeah, I'm just asking the questions. So, Prab, listen, man, we got to get through this. Okay. To the point, we've been doing player profiles. So, we've been asking questions about certain players that are on the Toronto Raptors roster, right? And today, the topic is Gradey Dick, TVMA. No jokes. Nobody needs to be childish. I can. Okay. Right. What are your thoughts on him playing through the first season already, right? Especially since he got dropped down in the draft order from where he should have been in, and we scooped him up. What are your thoughts on him from just reflecting on this past season, my friend?
so the first half of the season, a lot of people were not high on Grady Dick because it's just the way the sports go, one bad game, one bad half even, and fans tend to overreact. Although this sample was a little bit larger than just one game, he did struggle quite a bit. And he also struggled in the G League as well. So it wasn't as if he just struggled for 5 games. He struggled quite a bit with his first half of the season with the Raptors and even in the G League. But it seemed like he really rediscovered himself when Darko put him through that strength program for about 2 to 3 weeks, which did wonders for Grady Dick because we saw how different he looked. He looked more comfortable out there. His 3 point shot was falling again. And this was the Grady Dick that a lot of people were expecting. So the second half was a great way for him to finish the rest of the season. The first half was a little bit shaky, but again, people need to remember, fans need to remember, Grady Dick was a rookie. Regardless of if he struggled, that one season does not define his career. Now, would it be nice if he didn't struggle in the first half? Absolutely. But he did a good job, I thought, of really bouncing back and become more comfortable as the season progressed. So I really like Grady Dick. I got high hopes on him, but we'll save that talk for a little bit later in the show. What do you think, Brian?
You know what? Listen, man. In the beginning of the season, he was only averaging about 4 to 6 points a game. He finished the season at 8, but he came up with it at about 12 at a certain point, right? Like you just said, in the second half of the season, you just said it. The second half of the season, he really did come through. Him playing 60 games and averaging 21 minutes per game, right? I think that shows that the Raptors have a lot of faith in him. He's shooting 42%. He's shooting 36 and a half from the three, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, he ain't a rebounder. He's got two, but still better than nothing, right? You know what I mean? Assists. He ain't one of those guys. That's a Scotty. That's an RJ. That's an IQ kind of thing, right? You know what I mean? To give up the assists. I get it, but I do love his trajectory going forth based on that one rookie season because he did fall off in the draft, right? And the Raptors are lucky that we caught him. But now with the 4 players that the Raptors have obtained and they've put in summer league, hey man, Dick is the man on that summer league. That's his team. That's his squad. Now I gotta ask you, what do you think about him being the man of that summer league squad?
Well, the thing with Grady Dick was he was never going to be a shot creator. So I believe it was the first summer league game where a lot of fans were, questioning him. But again, you have to keep your expectations very realistic when we talk about Grady Dick. He's not ever going to be a shot creator. He's never realistically ever not going to be a number one option. That's just not how he is going to be in the NBA. He's going to be a very high level complementary role player. And the one thing we did see with the Raptors summer league squad was when Grady Dick got injured, the offense just looked completely different. Everyone else struggled because of the amount of attention Grady Dick drew on the offensive side. Then you just saw that other players were getting more attention once Grady Dick was out. Now it caused them to struggle a little bit more. Whereas when he was in the game, he had a lot of attention from opposing defenses, and that allowed a lot more open shots, or at least better looks for some of the other guys on the Raptors squad. So Raptors definitely didn't look the same offensively without Grady Dick, but again, I expect bigger things moving forward from Grady.
Speaking of expecting things, oh my God, is that what she said about expecting Dick? No, I'm telling you, these jokes write themselves. That's why I had to give you guys the disclaimer at the beginning. Okay, they write themselves. Do not take it in the wrong way. Okay, please, please, please. But no, with Grady, the expectations now that okay, can we say this? You and I, as basketball aficionados, can especially when it comes to the Raptors, can we say that obviously it's Scotty, RJ, IQ, right? Now that Trent is gone, which I called, Grady is basically the fourth option, right? Especially after all the departures from different players that were on the roster. I personally think that he has a great trajectory, right? Especially now with him being in the summer league and trying to lead the team. He's got Scotty behind him, Masai behind him, sitting on the bench, right, in Vegas. By the way, Prab, we should get tickets and let's go to Vegas. That's another story for another day. But like him being out there, and him getting the opportunity, maybe this can help him in the future with this upcoming season, because we both know the Raptors are going to be on a run. What are your thoughts on Grady Dick? How big you think it can get the next season? I'm sorry, these jokes write themselves.
I think Grady Dick next season is gonna have a really good season. Simply
Okay.
because not only will he be getting more minutes, but with the type of players he'll be playing. When you look at Scotty Barnes, when you look at Emmanuel quickly, even Jakob Poeltl, who a lot of people do not like, but his passing skills is a luxury to have at the big man position. He's
Oh,
going to get a lot more open looks because when you compare the bench squad to the starting squad, there's obviously a difference of talent, but also the types of players that the Raptors have on the offensive side in the starting lineup. Emmanuel quickly, I personally think he's going to have a massive, massive leap next season. I expect big things from him. You got Scotty Barnes, who always takes a leap and surprises a lot of people every single season. I expect big things from RJ. With RJ, it's going to be a lot more consistency. I do expect, hopefully, his three-point shot to get a little bit better and maybe on more volume as well. So when you consider those three guys, like you said, Grady Dick will be the fourth option on offense. That is going to lead to a lot more better looks for Grady Dick, and he's just going to be phenomenal with the starting lineup. And he's also going to be very good for some of the guys in there as well, right? Like when you talk about Scotty and RJ in particular, they love to drive the ball. And what do they need around them is shooters. And Grady Dick is going to have a hell of a season next season. So I expect big things from him. I'm not going to give, I don't want to give a number because it's with points, averages, stats, it can vary so much depending on a lot of different things. But I do expect big things from Grady. No pun intended there, but yeah, I do expect a lot of things from Grady next season. So let's leave it at that.
I'm telling you, these jokes write themselves. And I love that he does that. That's why I shaved up. I'm team smooth. Okay. I'm no longer team style anymore. But you know what, Prab? Listen, I gotta tell you. Listen, from what I've seen from Grady, is this kid's got so much freaking potential. It's not even funny, right? He's already bulked up. He's already made the move. He's already running the summer league team. He's already ramped up amped and ready to go for the next season. And him knowing that he is the fourth option, right? Especially when you got like, okay, who's the biggest seniors on the Raptors right now? Boucher, Scotty. Whoa, it's a young team. It's a young core, right? You know what I mean? It's something different. And for this kid to blaze a trail and to go through a different path and to get to that point, I think I honestly, the way I see it, the way he talks, the way he walks, the way he moves, the way he plays, what he's done, I think he can be something very special for the Toronto Raptors. Not just number 4. You know what I mean? He can be something very special. Now, let me ask you, who is he really leading? Is he going to be leading any of the new guys on the team? This is totally off script. But who do you think he can help lead that's new to the team?
I think Jacoby Walter, just considering because these play the same position, also their skill set is a 3-point shooting as well. I think they'll actually bounce off each other. It's a little bit different when last season you had Gary Trent. Shout out to him for guiding Gradey Dick. As soon as the season started, as soon as the camp started, there were a lot of reports out there that apparently he took Gradey under his wing, which is just awesome for a player like Gary Trent to do. So Gradey Dick is going to be a little bit different because he's not someone that's been in the NBA a lot like Gary, but he is going to be someone that's going to be able to mesh really well with Jacoby, considering the age. The younger guys will mesh together well. They're also going to be friends off court as well. So again, just the position they play, I think they're really going to be pushing each other in practice as well. I think that's going to be massive for both of them. So I definitely see him him really helping someone like a Jacoby. And those are the two players I really kind of see bouncing off of each other.
Yeah, I see Gradey taking care of Jacoby. I see Scotty taking care of Mobo, right? I really see that. And Ulrich, like, send him to the G League. You know what I mean? That kid's got raw talent. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when it comes down to Gradey Dick, now there's a lot put on his shoulders for him to stand up and be a Toronto Raptor. And I am freaking loving it that that's what our future is going to be. Scotty, RJ, IQ, Gradey, Walker, Mobo, Ulrich, who else is there? Shed. Whoa, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? OG's on his way out. You got Kelly on his way out. You got Yak on his way out. But the future looks extremely brighter than the halo that's on me right now. Okay? I think that is absolutely amazing for the Toronto Raptors. Prab, you got any thoughts on that one when it comes to the Young Bucks? Because if Gradey is the man right now, if he's number 4 option, that says a lot about our team.
It does. We obviously got a good building block. I will hold my thoughts on that because I have a video idea, Brian. I don't have time right now, unfortunately, to release it, so I'm going to hold my thoughts for that. It is an exciting core on paper, but we'll see how it does, how it presents itself on the court, right? It's one thing that a lot of teams have looked sexy on paper. Look at the Phoenix Suns, not comparing the situations, but Phoenix Suns last offseason, everyone was super excited. You got KD, you got Devin Booker there, you got Bradley Beal there as well. And I believe they got rid of Chris Paul before that. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, because he was traded from the Wizards to the Warriors. So yeah, I think he was gone by then. But yeah, on paper they look great, but we saw what happened. So I'll hold my thoughts until then. I do want to see how they perform on the court before making any sort of judgment. So
let's do that episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to assemble the Avengers, the Raptors, Avengers up here in the North, because the American media does not cover us. And I would love all of the Raptors podcasters to be part of it. Let's do it, guys. Prab, you got anything else left to say before we get out of here?
That's it, man. Gradey Dick, I expect big things from you next season. I'm excited. I think he's going to have a good season. So let's see how it goes. And Brian's we can't continue his laughter here because obviously the dick jokes, but I do expect nice things from Grady next season. So we'll leave it at that. Any last words for you, Brian? And of course, thank you for having me on as
Oh
always.
no, thank you for having me on your show. But
Absolutely.
yeah, the only thing I gotta say is, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing how big Dick can get. Jokes write themselves. I can't help it. Okay. No, but in all seriousness, I can't wait to see how well he progresses and what he can provide for the Toronto Raptors, considering that he is the fourth option right now. And when you have him as the fourth option behind Scotty, RJ, IQ, right? You can't go wrong with this team. You can't go wrong. It's only going to take a matter of time. All right. It's like Macho Man used to say, it's nothing but a cup of coffee, Mean Gene. It's a cup of coffee. It's a cup of coffee. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes time, you know? So I'm really excited to see what the Raptors are going to do. And with the new acquisitions, especially defense, 3-point shooting, fix-ups, you know, you got Gradey out there. You got those guys. Man, I'm totally amped to see what these guys are going to do. Hopefully, I'm still alive when they do win the next chip, which they will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right?
All right, Brian. Nice chatting with you, my friend.
Yes, always. As always. You know what, Prab? I love being on the Waraich Report, and I love watching the Waraich Report. And you guys out there should go watch the Waraich Report. Shout out to Freak Nation for giving me some bumps in the subs, right? We're all trying to connect together. We all love the Toronto Raptors. Except for me, because until you get rid of Drake. But that's another story. Because they not like us. But shout out to the Waraich Report viewers. Shout out to the Point family. Shout out to the Freak Nation out there. Shout out to all you guys that are making this possible for us. Shout out to anybody that's supporting us for bringing Raptors basketball up here above the 52nd parallel. All the way from the T dot, the O dot, the point, to the Van City, right there. You see him? You see him? Right there. All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, and peace.